Hollywood power couple Blake Lively.
She seems like kind of a jerk. Wow, she's like kind of a bully. She's rather mean. She admitted to trying to poison the cast of Gossip Girl.
Once hailed as Hollywood's golden girl, a fashion icon, an admired actress, and one half of a seemingly perfect power couple, Blake Lively now faces a wave of scandals that could unravel years of carefully crafted image building. From behind-the-scenes feuds on Gossip Girl to allegations of hijacking an entire movie production, this meltdown is bigger than anyone ever expected. Stay tuned, because the truth behind Blake Lively's downfall might just shock you. For over a decade, Blake Lively cultivated a persona of elegance, witty charm, and unstoppable ambition. Her breakout role as Serena van der Woodsen on Gossip Girl skyrocketed her to stardom.
Well, I mean, I think that our show takes place in a heightened reality a little bit. I think that a lot of the realism is lost in the sparkle, and it's meant to. You need that. You need that for the entertainment and the grit.
Fans admired her easygoing, friendly demeanor in interviews, and she quickly became a red carpet staple, adored for her fashion-forward looks. But in Hollywood, the perfect exterior can hide deep cracks. We're only now seeing glimpses of just how fragile that golden girl image was. Shockingly, rumors of controlling behavior and manipulative tactics have started flooding the internet. And it's not just anonymous sources speaking up. Some big names are calling her out.
She claims he sexual harassed her, and then by the time they premiered the movie, they weren't even speaking to each other. She made him stay in the basement, and Ryan Reynolds turned on him too. And then she claimed that he unleashed a bad PR campaign against her, and he claims none of that is true. There was absolutely no harassment. Those are made-up claims.
You heard it. Tension so severe that Blake allegedly forced her director and co-star, Justin Baldoni, into near isolation at his own movie premiere. This is just one piece of a far bigger puzzle.
Blake Lively Justin Baldoni cases likely won't settle before trial, and this is according to Justin's lawyer.
She barely seems to enjoy her fans. She kind of thinks that she's above her fans, thinks she's above the press. And
let's rewind to the set that made her famous. Gossip Girl. Officially, the cast appeared inseparable, glamorous, on trend, and ready for the paparazzi. But behind closed doors, several co-stars, including Penn Badgley and Leighton Meester, reportedly felt overshadowed by Blake's demands. Blake Lively was not always the sweet Serena fans imagined. Insiders revealed she could be an on-set queen bee, issuing strong opinions on scripts, lighting, wardrobes, and more. Stories have surfaced accusing Blake of manipulative behavior on set, particularly during her Gossip Girl days. Relationships with co-stars were not always as harmonious. And if you think this is just rumor, check out this admission she gave in a 2009 interview, which Megyn Kelly references, where she bragged about poisoning the cast against Penn Badgley.
By Blake Lively. She was on the cover at the time, and in her interview, she admitted to trying to poison the cast of Gossip Girl, which is where she made her name, against her co-star Penn Badgley, who played her love interest, Dan Humphrey, on the show. She said, "At first I was so upset that they had hired him, I actually poisoned the whole cast against him." And she goes on to say, "But then they noticed that he wasn't a jerk and was actually a nice, charming person, and almost immediately I realized it too. But it took me about a week to admit it."
As Megyn suggests, it's one thing to have friction on set, but actively turning co-workers against each other? It casts a whole new light on those carefully curated public appearances. Fast forward to present day, and the drama intensifies around It Ends With Us, an adaptation of Colleen Hoover's best-selling novel. Initially, fans rejoiced at the announcement that Justin Baldoni would direct and star, with Blake as Lily Bloom. But behind the scenes, allegations paint an ugly picture. Script rewrites, overshadowing the director's vision, ballooning wardrobe budgets, and, ultimately, a bitter standoff. Blake's input on the film went beyond just delivering her lines. Some insiders felt her involvement veered into the territory of well overstepping. Now, let's hear from Megyn Kelly's coverage, where she compares this tension to an Amber Heard-level fiasco. Strong words indeed.
In Hollywood, my own position is she's absolutely ruined her brand. She has started a fight she cannot win.
Words like serial fraudster and comparisons to Amber Heard do not come lightly. As the legal battles ensue, blame, lawsuits, cross-litigations, one thing is clear: the once charming star is stepping into a war zone of her own making. Recently, an old clip has resurfaced, fueling more backlash. In a Wired interview, Blake casually jokes about her great-uncle being murdered. Some fans found it bizarrely flippant. Others labeled it downright morbid.
How did Blake Lively get her name?
My grandmother's brother was named Blake,
Oh.
but he was murdered. So thanks for asking, Google.
But it's still such a weird thing to joke about.
It's unclear if that story is factual or a failed attempt at humor, but critics say it's just another sign of how far she'll go for a witty soundbite, even if it borders on insensitive. Is it a comedic slip or an unsettling pattern revealing her true character? Beyond film sets, smaller fashion designers accuse Blake of contacting them under fake names, extracting design ideas, and disappearing, only for strikingly similar looks to appear in her public wardrobe. This is especially controversial for someone who brands herself as a champion of creativity. Insider claims confirm that multiple artists felt exploited, fueling the notion that she prioritizes winning at all costs over ethical collaborations. The more we learn about Blake Lively's alleged manipulations, the more we wonder about her equally famous spouse, Ryan Reynolds, a comedic superstar, adored for his social media wit, yet he too has faced rumors of controlling tendencies. From reported disagreements on the Deadpool set to clashing with directors, the parallels are uncanny. Could that synergy be fueling their public image and behind-the-scenes controversies? The parallels between Ryan's alleged behavior and the stories about Blake are hard to ignore. Fans have started to wonder if their shared approach is about maintaining dominance. One twist no one saw coming: speculation about a fallout with Taylor Swift.
But Blake Lively, it appears to me, completely lied about that critical scene in which she involved Taylor Swift and Ryan Reynolds, her dragon, she's Khaleesi, because she really wanted her vision to be included in this, okay?
Megyn Kelly's show references the idea that Blake labeled Taylor as her dragon, implying that Swift might do her bidding. Swift is famously protective of her brand, so being cast as someone's attack dog is hardly a flattering angle. If rumors are true, Swift distanced herself. In Hollywood, losing such a high-profile ally can be the start of a real downfall.
It's very different. She called herself Khaleesi and said Ryan Reynolds and we believe Taylor Swift were her dragons. And she's got the best dragons because they'll fight on behalf of her friends too. Now she and Taylor are reportedly on the outs because Taylor Swift is like, bitch, I'm nobody's dragon.
Whether Swift is truly done with Blake remains unconfirmed. But these swirling rumors do highlight one crucial point: Lively's growing isolation among former supporters. In the age of social media, public favor can vanish overnight. Hashtags like #LakeExposed have trended, while both Blake and Ryan reportedly lost thousands of followers amid these accusations. Meanwhile, the legal crossfire between Blake, Justin Baldoni, and the New York Times rages on, with defamation suits and leaked text messages fueling an inferno of blame. As more voices come forward, it's becoming clear that the cracks in Blake Lively's carefully crafted persona aren't just rumors. These revelations suggest her past is far from flawless. Will Blake Lively's brand survive these mounting scandals? In Hollywood, today's villain can be tomorrow's comeback story, if handled with honesty and genuine apology. But so far, there's been little sign of public atonement. If anything, the lawsuits and negative press only intensify. Could this be the unraveling of an icon we once revered? Or is there a path back to redemption if she confronts these issues head-on? Let me know what you think in the comments. Are these stories overblown Hollywood drama, or do they hint at a deeper pattern of exploitation and control? Don't forget, subscribe for more in-depth takes on the wildest celebrity controversies. Until next time, stay curious, stay critical.